Muslim cop's neighbor just revealed sick thing he saw outside Noor's home before white woman was shot. The Muslim cop who shot an unarmed white woman over the weekend still remains a free man, as he defiantly still refuses to answer investigators about what happened on Sunday night. As Mohammed Noor's silence seems to indicate guilt at this point in time, a neighbor who knew Noor on a personal level has just come forward with a sickening detail about the Muslim's true nature. That's horrifically confirming the suspicions many people held all along for why Noor shot a white woman in cold blood. Ever since the Noor murdered Justine Damond in an unprovoked attack, he's had a barrage liberal supporters at his disposal. The mainstream media has been completely burying the incident, while Liberal Mayor Betsy Hodges has been completely ignoring the grieving community and issuing vile and disgusting threats against any citizen exhibiting signs of Islamophobia, with very little backlash as he roams the streets a free man. This cocky Muslim is probably pretty confident that his crime will be swept under the rug, but unfortunately for him, his neighbor is now dropping a bombshell that is shedding light on why he would have gunned down this white woman for no reason. Muslim men hate women. Just take a look at the way they treat their females. In Islamic society, females are regarded as second-class citizens, and placed on the same social level of an ordinary barnyard animal. So being the devout Muslim that he was, it's no surprise that Noor has had numerous complaints on him filed by females in the community. Back in May he roughhoused a woman so badly that it was ruled an assault and battery, resulting in the unnamed woman having permanent injuries to her wrist and upper arm that she later sued Noor for. His hatred and dislike for women was very noticeable by his neighbors, who have just broken their silence with the Daily Telegraph, who reported, killer cop Mohammed Noor is known in the townhouse complex where his large family lives as quick-tempered, jumpy and extremely nervous. New insight into the character of the Minneapolis policeman emerged on Thursday as investigators released transcripts of the 2 emergency calls Australian life coach Justine Damond made just before Noor shot her dead last Saturday night. Noor, 31, is the oldest of Mohammed Abbas and Ramo Ali's 10 children and is a frequent presence at his parents' modest white 2-story home, which they share with his 4 younger siblings, and is just 2 kilometers from his apartment. Forklift driver Chris Miller, 49, has lived next door for the past 2 years and said he wasn't surprised to learn Noor was the policeman making international headlines for firing on Ms. Damond after she called 911 about what she thought was a sexual assault in the alley behind her house. He is extremely nervous. He is a little jumpy. He doesn't really respect women. The least thing you say to him can set him off, Mr. Miller said. When they say a policeman shot an Australian lady, I thought, oh, but then when they said who it was, I was like, okay, he said. Noor, who has refused to explain to investigators what led him to shoot dead bride-to-be Damond, was a strict and ill-tempered presence in the townhouse block, where children play together in a playground in a small park between the units. He got into it with the kids. They were outside playing and something got stuck in a tree and he came out and he just started yelling at the kids because they were out here playing, Mr. Miller said. He has little respect for women. He has little respect for blacks and kids, said Mr. Miller, who is African American. He has an air like you just couldn't really be around him. There are still so many unanswered questions that need to be addressed. Could Noor's hatred for white American women have come into play with this deadly shooting? What went on during the first 2 minutes when Noor first encountered Justine Damond at his patrol car window that still remains conveniently missing from the timeline that Noor's partner provided? Why is the media working so hard to bury this story? While we might never know the answers to these questions, one fact remains. This idiot should have never been allowed into our country, much less handed a badge and gun and sent out on the street to protect the very same Americans that he despises so much.